my dear students. We are living in a time when the systems we were taught to trust, finance, governance, even nature's balance, are unraveling before our eyes. But this is not the end. This is the beginning. As the old world fades, a space is opening for those courageous enough to build something better. What we need now are decentralized, ethical, community-rooted futures. And it will be your vision, your skill, and your commitment that brings them into being. My dear students, whether you are connecting from Accra, Sydney, Sao Paulo, Tokyo, Jakarta, Chicago, or Nairobi, listen closely. We are living through a time when the systems that promise progress are collapsing under the weight of their own contradictions. This collapse is not a surprise to those of us in the global South. We have lived on the receiving end of broken promises, toxic debt, and extractive development. We know what happens when economies are engineered for foreign capital, not for community dignity. But now the failure is global. It is spreading. And the people of the North are beginning to feel what the South has known for decades, that the dominant model, built on accumulation, competition, centralization, and control, is unsustainable, both morally and materially. What's happening is not just a recession. It's not just inflation. It's not just a supply chain problem or a political crisis. It's a civilizational unraveling, a peeling away of the illusion that the world as it is has any real future. In every sector, food, finance, energy, education, health, we are seeing fragility. Systems once hailed as modern miracles now depend on debt, distraction, and digital manipulation just to keep functioning. They're not evolving, they're decaying. So the question facing you as innovators, inventors, and problem solvers is this: do you spend your life trying to fix a system that was never meant to serve you? Or do you build something new, grounded in truth, values, and human dignity? I believe you are here because you have already chosen the second path. That's why at the Invention Academy, we don't teach you to imitate the systems of the past. We teach you to design the systems that don't yet exist but must. You must learn to think locally, act globally, and build cooperatively. Decentralize energy, food, education, and production so communities are not held hostage by distant powers. Embrace technology, not to become dependent on it, but to liberate yourselves through open source, low-cost, repairable tools. Use AI not as a replacement for human creativity, but as an amplifier of your ideas, grounded in ethical use. Reject the worship of markets and GDP, and instead ask, does this serve life? Does this uplift dignity? Weave networks of solidarity, not just with people who look like you or live near you, but with anyone who shares a commitment to building a just and sustainable future. This is not idealism. This is survival, and it is already underway. In many corners of the world, communities are creating local currencies to escape inflation and speculation, building food forests, seed banks, and regenerative farms, designing peer-to-peer learning systems to replace broken schools, using solar microgrids to power entire villages, launching decentralized internet networks where governments shut down the web. This is what it looks like to begin a new civilization, one not built on domination and illusion, but on regeneration and mutual care. Yes, the old world is falling apart, and yes, many of its institutions, from global banks to national parliaments, have done more harm than good, particularly to the poor and the formerly colonized. We don't pretend otherwise, but we also don't waste time begging them to become what they never were. Instead, we build, and what we build must be rooted in values, not imported ideologies, not recycled blueprints from failed empires, but values that are indigenous, ancestral, spiritual, and just. As you go deeper into your studies here at the Raka Invention Academy, remember this: you are not just acquiring skills, you are inheriting a task. That task is to build the foundations of what comes next. not to fix a dying machine, but to seed a living world. And that work begins now, with you. Thanks again for being part of Tharaka Invention Academy. Remember, today's lesson isn't the end. It's just a spark. Your next activity is waiting. Please dive in. Always be an active learner and apply what you've learned. Experiment boldly. And don't be afraid to make mistakes.